Education and languages are vital components to any growing nation. Brazil has risen to the sixth largest economy in the world, but the average person only receives about 7 years of schooling. Because of the poor education system, many Brazilian parents choose to send their children to international schools.
So my brother is 38 and he has 2 kids. One is 3 and the other is 7. And when he was considering which school to send his kids to, he knows that Brazil is no longer a regional player. We're a global economy, we're a global market, and he knew that his kids being fluent in English wasn't an option, it was a must.
The American School of Rio de Janeiro allows students to become fluent in Portuguese and English. A recent study by Global English found that Brazil has one of the lowest rates of English language competency in South America, even though English remains the language of business around the world.
I'm able to express myself better in English than anyone else, even my bosses. So that definitely puts me ahead whenever there's any interview, anyone coming, any visitors. I'm the obvious go-to person for that liaison.
Brazilians make up 60% of the American school and 85% of the British school. An international curriculum has appeal because it gives students a mix between academics and extracurricular activities, something a typical Brazilian school does not.
Music studies in American school and also in the British school are treated very seriously.
The hard work that Brazilian students put in at international schools like the American school and this British school follows them past graduation. This kind of education gives them an advantage in their country's booming economy, whether they choose to go to a university here or abroad.
It is a new trend for students who study in the U.S. to come back to Brazil. Joy Ernani attended NYU and returned to Brazil for better work opportunities.
All the news you hear are unemployment, job rates, problems, and I came from a country where all you hear about is growth, boom, Olympics, World Cup, so it was kind of a logical move.
This unique type of schooling allows Brazilian students to be top players in a world market.
Students here are very fortunate because it's like a model United Nations. They learn a lot from each other, and now with the internet and Facebook and Twitter, they keep in contact forever. Wherever, if they go back to China, they still remain friends and colleagues, and it's really a global society now.
For McClatchy News Service, I'm Catherine Marvin in Rio de Janeiro.